We're here to show you how to install Netbeans, a free open source development tool for Java, and that's going to enable you to do basic development as well as Java Enterprise Edition development along the way. So we're at netbeans.org, which is where we download it from, and over here we can see Netbeans IDE version 8 is the most recent. So we're going to download that version right there. And then within that, it's going to give us several options here. So basic Java version, the Java with the EE, which will let you do the web and all that sort of great stuff. And then you can see there's C, HTML5 versions, and then something that includes everything. We just need the Java EE version right here. That's the one we're going to use. That's the one I would click download here, except for I already downloaded it, so we don't have to wait. And so I have it downloaded here. You click this. It'll take several minutes to download, depending on how fast your internet is. And then you will have the file. So from there, we just click on this, and you can see, yes, we want to allow this to be installed because this is an Oracle product, the owners of Java. And let's see, it means I might have had an installation running already. So we're just going to go hit yes. So we're going to continue the installation from that. It's probably from a previous version of that. All right, and so now the first thing it's going to ask us in this EE version of it, since we went for the EE version of it, is do we want to install Glassfish and or Tomcat? And this is up to you which one you want, but we certainly want at least one of these for our Java EE version. Glassfish will do most everything we want to. Tomcat will not do some of the options inside of there. It'll only do the web options. It won't do the Enterprise Bean options. We're going to do Glassfish. All right, and so I'm going to accept the license and accept the license for JUnit, which is the testing framework. Don't have to do that, but it's perfectly fine. And then pick your location in which to install this. Now, I'm on a machine that has an alternate hard drive. So just to show you that you don't have to install this at the base location. This is perfectly fine. But we can actually go through and choose another location inside of here. So I can go to my second hard drive underneath my applications. And then you see I had Netbeans 7.3.1 installed there at one point. But I can go through and make this Netbeans 8 location and install it inside of there. So then, again, I can do the same thing for the JDK. I want to install that. Or, I'm sorry, I can use one of those outside of there. That's the one it's using inside of there. I can choose which one I want to use, but JDK 7 is perfectly fine for me. Okay, same thing for Glassfish. This is the location of Glassfish is going to be, I can go through and put that anywhere I want to, and so I'm going to go off and put that into the Java folder here. I don't know, I didn't do that with Netbeans. I did it with another version of Netbeans, and then I'm going to put the Glassfish underneath that folder right there. All right, then it can check for updates when it's done. So I'm going to hit install, and it's going to go off and do its magic. So as it's doing the install, we can just tell you really quick that this tool is really quite useful, has a lot of great features. The other option out there is Eclipse. Now, Eclipse is a perfectly reasonable option and probably more commonly what you would use as a development environment as a professional. There is an advantage as a student to use Netbeans in that it has Glassfish already integrated with it. It works very simply. Within Eclipse, you would have to find some plugin, you'd have to find some other tools, you'd have to download it separately and make that work, either using Tomcat or Glassfish or something along those lines. It's not impossible. It's not even necessarily difficult, but it's another hurdle if you're new to Java that you might not want to have to deal with. And so that's a great reason to use Netbeans as a tool here, even if you're familiar with Eclipse otherwise. For the most part, the two tools have the same capabilities. There's a few minor differences, and there's certainly some key bindings that'll be a little bit different, but they do most of the same thing. They format source code, they let you use code complete, they manage your libraries, all that sort of great stuff for you. And so Netbeans is a great option, a great alternative to using Eclipse, but either one of them are viable choices. All right, so we paused for a second to let that go and catch up, and it finished all of the basic installation it had going on. It updated the libraries, and so now it says it's been successful. And so it installed and updated and everything else like that. We have the option here to contribute to the project by letting it track data and send it up. It's up to you whether you want to include that or not. If you don't, just uncheck that. And then finish. Then Netbeans is installed, and it will give you the summary here of what's happening. Oh, and I guess you can uninstall it right away if you want to as well. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's when I uninstalled the previous version. Little bit of a interesting overlap right there. I didn't finish that before, but now it's installed and ready to go. So if you look at other videos, you can see how to use Netbeans and make that up and running and get that working that way. But otherwise, you are now ready to go and code some Java.